What's some outdated advice that's no longer applicable today? You should learn how to use the card catalog at your local library. If you'd like to make a call, please hang up and try again. If you need help, dial your operator. My grandma told me to find out where a restaurant is. Look up their phone number in the yellow pages and call to ask for directions. Only use the internet after 6 because it's free then. This was mid-2000s and with the phone company we only used the internet after 6:00 p.m. So bizarre to think that now. My grandma was advised to drink Guinness when pregnant, because it's iron-rich and she was a little anemic. She got the same way in last year of her life, and took great pleasure in reminding us all that she needed her medicinal Guinness. When you get near the end of pregnancy, the baby will move less because they run out of room. So outdated and dangerous. Any change in normal movements or reduction in movements should be checked out ASAP by a midwife or doctor. When on vacation, it's unsafe to carry cash. Use traveler's checks instead. American Express traveler's checks. Don't leave home without them. It's not advised to square dance on your period. One of my favorite videos from the 1940s on advice for girls and puberty. The story of menstruation. 1946. Be kind. Please rewind. The week before I left for college, my dad bought a cheap electric etcher. He etched my social security number on my TV and bike and a couple other things. That way if they were stolen and recovered I could prove they were mine. Probably not done today. Always keep a quarter on you in case you need to make a call. Nobody's going to pay you to stare at a computer screen all day. Mom 1996. Dawn of internets. Edit. Thanks for the awards. I'd show my mom this comment. And if you're ever reading this, Mom, I love you and I am glad to have been defiant as a teenager regarding this. In the original Boy Scouts handbook, if I recall, in order to deal with a suicidal person who threw themselves onto train tracks was to jump on top of them and restrain their extremities within the confines of the rails and allow the train to simply pass over them. However, as far as I'm aware, most modern trains have much lower clearances, and have monitoring and other equipment jutting from the bottom, leaving clearances of mere inches. Regularly clean the ball and rollers on your mouse. If the picture on your computer monitor is discolored or distorted, try pressing the degausser button. Make sure to keep spare change on you for the payphone, just in case. If a high school student has a pager, he's probably a drug dealer. Yes, they actually told us this at my high school. Well, all the stuff about pursuing girls that are playing hard to get certainly hasn't aged well. Disclaimer: I was given a What to Expect When You're Expecting book printed in the early mid-70s. 1. Up to 5 glasses of wine a day are safe. At least 2 are recommended. 2. Up to 4 hard alcoholic beverages a week are okay. 3. Snowsuits in car seats to keep babies warm in the car. 4. Breastfeeding is okay, but formula is better because it's scientifically better, and breastfeeding should only be done if you're not able to afford formula. Up to 2 ounces water beginning at 8 weeks. Maybe 6? 5. Up to 1/2 pack of cigarettes a day is okay. 6. Glorified the husband stitch. 7. Too much cardio. More than 20 minutes of mild to moderate exercise a day, or actual hard exercise at all, increases stillbirth and SIDS afterwards. If a video game doesn't work at first, just blow on it. If you want to use the internet, make sure no one is using the landline. That a savings account is a good investment. What with 0.05% interest and all. Don't talk to strangers on the internet. To pay for college, just work part-time at a restaurant waiting tables. When people say, just be patient and love will find a way, was said in a time when people were outside a lot more. Nowadays someone can go to work and go home and sit at their computer every day for years without ever being even close to finding someone. I think nowadays you have to go out of your way to find someone, or at the very least go out of your bubble and be social. Show up at the office with a resume and don't leave till you get an interview. To find your first job, like as a teenager, just go from place to place filling out paper applications. Nope. Now pretty much everywhere just says, apply online and we might call. It's never a good idea to wear a mask to the bank. Edit. The upvotes and awards are absolutely insane, thanks to each and every one of you. To get a job, just walk in with a good attitude and a printed copy of your resume. And don't forget the follow-up phone call. When hiring at my work, my boss specifically writes to never call in the ad. If anyone calls, I'm supposed to tell them the position is filled, because if they read the ad and still call, they obviously can't follow basic instructions. If they say no the first time, just keep trying. You may fascinate a woman by handing her a piece of cheese. If the baby won't stop crying, check to make sure the diaper pin is not sticking him. You need to learn to write in cursive or nobody will take you seriously and you won't get good grades on your assignments in college. By 2010 when I went to college, virtually all of my assignments, including most tests, were digital, and even the few handwritten exams allowed regular print. Edit. It's come up in a few comments. Here's my handwriting. Imager. Gallery, T9Y 88 Newton meters. Edit 2. No. I'm not a doctor. Lol. 1900s medicine. Sore throat? Smoke a cig depression? Smoke a cig pain from pregnancy contractions? Smoke a pack of cigs. My grandma. Don't drink water after eating fruit or you'll get sick. Apparently this comes from a time when people drank from wells. The sugar from the fruit would allow bacteria from the water to ferment in the stomach. Not a problem with modern water supplies. I was told I may not have a calculator in the future and have to memorize multiplication, division tables. They were right. But instead I have a supercomputer in my pocket. The cost of housing will never outpace affordability. If you masturbate too much, you'd go blind. I'm sure the average Redditor knows this isn't true. If you have bullies, just ignore them. Honestly, this was never applicable as someone who's dealt with bullies as long as I can remember. It's an unrealistic expectation that a holes like that would just stop because you don't care. You're going to need to learn cursive for job applications. Grandpas are always like. I pestered her and followed her around for months and months even though she told me to go away until she finally went out with me. And we've been married 50 years this month. Yeah, don't do that. Work hard and you will be treated right. Don't talk about salaries at work. Wait until after 11 p.m. to make a long-distance phone call because that's when the rates go down. My dad would repeatedly advise that I go into as many places as I could and drop off a printed CV for their records, and that this was the best way to get a job. It wasn't true then. Few places accept unsolicited applications. They will throw them out. And it definitely isn't true now. Nowhere accepts unsolicited. Applications are all done online. I remember my teachers telling me, don't study these new trendy subjects at university like media, video editing, tech, etc. You should focus on traditional subjects like literature, history, and so on. 15 years after graduating with my BA and MA in English Lit, I now work minimum wage in a shop. FML. Show your employer loyalty and they will be loyal to you. To get a job walk-on in any place of business, they're always hiring and talking to the manager will get you that job starting today. Just go get a job in the mailroom and work your way up. Adults in the 90s, early 2000s. Don't put your personal information online. Fast forward to 2021. 500 million Facebook users, phone numbers, names, and emails were leaked. I wonder how many of those are of people aged 50 plus. Use a rock to draw art on your home cave walls. Sharpen that rock to cut your hair. You won't always have a calculator. If you want to show a company how interested you are in a position, keep checking back. Don't let them forget you. Blow the cartridge. Work hard at a company and you'll be rewarded. If you want to talk to someone again, make sure that you got a pager on you. Don't worry. Your employer is like family and they will take care of you. Only eat oysters in months with an R in them. Duel your friend in a sword fight for slandering you. My mother still believes you can bombard people with inquiries about employment, even after the pandemic lockdown started. Keep your friends close. Keep your enemies closer. Note: keep everyone at 2 meters distance. Women like to be chased. Or, women like to play hard to get. I feel like both sixes are tired of this one. Women want to be left alone, and men don't want to guess if a woman is playing hard to get or is genuinely uninterested. If the TV signal is off, just move the rabbit ears. Show her who's the boss. Just go right up and kiss her. Creed. The whole DARE program. Sort laundry by type. Almost any advice anyone over the age of 50 gives you regarding applying for a job, from beginning to end, including but not limited to harassing the manager by walking in and talking in person. You need to go to college. When driving, keeping your hands at 10 and 2. After I graduated with a degree in computer science, my 75-year-old aunt told me to get a job at a factory sweeping the floor and work my way up to management. I just said okay instead of explaining to her that it hasn't worked that way since 1970. Don't get into a car with a stranger. He's a banker. Trust him. Ditto with politicians. Good things come to those that wait. Frockin' bullshit. Good things. Well, great things actually come to those who go out there and make shit happen.